a small act of kindness can make a big difference in the life of another human being. Many of us know this to be true from personal experience. Maybe we recall a teacher or a loved one who changed our lives with their kind words or their undivided attention. Or maybe we recall a time when we reached out to help another and actually ended up feeling much better ourselves as a result of that act. Well, the book, Every Little Thing, tells the stories of people who've created powerful ripples of positive impact that all began with a relatively small act of kindness in some form, and is written by journalist, author, and mental health advocate Janice Landry, who's won 4 national awards for her writing and work and was recently presented with the King Charles III Coronation Medal from the Government of Canada for her books and her longtime mental health advocacy. And we're very pleased to welcome Janice Landry in studio today. Most of you recognize her. Good morning, Janice.
Good morning. So I have to tell people, talking about little acts of kindness, an act of kindness for me is I actually got to go out do a drive-through today and get a hot cup of tea because I woke up in the dark. I live in the part of the HRM that there's a big power outage this morning, so I woke up early to get here early. I can't see to get ready. I've got like one little flashlight in my house. It was absolutely hysterical, but it reminded me of working in news here where, you know, there's a deadline on, there's something happening, you got to get to the station. So that was the vibe that I had this morning. So my little act of kindness is just, I found a place to get a hot cup of tea.
Yes, and Janice called the station to warn us that she might be late because of the power outage, which is impacting so many people. But that was an act of kindness too. That's how you live your life. But I wanted to just, don't dwell on it too long, because we only have like 4 minutes, Janice. There's so much I want to talk about. But it started with a small act, but it wasn't an act of kindness. This whole thing started with a tick bite.
That's right. That's the whole reason why when you see the book, this book is probably a lot smaller than the ones that I've written before. And that's on purpose because I realized after getting bitten by the tick, I contracted Lyme disease. And I'm okay now. It was really, really bad. But I realized that it was a little thing that had such a big, profound impact on my life. So the themes of little and big are woven all through the book with these little acts of kindness and also big things that people do too to help other people. So it's all about our many helpers in our lives. It's my way of shining light on nurses, teachers, volunteers, all these different people that really are the backbone of the community. It's my way to say thank you to my family too for being there for me when I was really, really sick.
Well, there's a wonderful variety of stories told in the book, and we're going to get to a couple right now. One of them, it's all about connections, too, and it seems like every story is connected somehow. And the little letter you brought in is, you talk about this in the book, and you dwell upon the teacher who wrote that many years ago. Why don't you tell our audience what that is, and if you would, read the letter for our audience, too.
Well, the letter was sent to me in a little tiny envelope by my grade elementary school French teacher. Her name was, she's the late Renee Curtis from New Brunswick. And Madame Curtis was the type of teacher that saw something in youth. And I want to make it clear that it's not just about me. She did this for me, but what made her special was the fact that she did it for so many of her students. And one of the things that she said is, keep up the hard and excellent work because you have what it takes, basically, is what she was saying. I'll let people read the book to read the entire letter, but what she was saying to me as a 10-year-old little girl was, don't give up on your dream, go for it. And why she was important to me is because she was the first adult outside of my own parents who saw something in me and believed in me. And we can all do that for other youth, you know, whether it's a coach or a mentor or a guidance counselor or a person working in the school cafeteria. It could be clergy. It could be literally anyone. If you are there for a kid early on in their life, it really helps them build resiliency later. This isn't my words. It's the mental health experts I interview for my books. They're in this book as well. So you can be a helper for youth today, and the earlier the better, like my teacher.
For sure. You do need to read the book to read that letter because it's such... She saw something in you. She told you, I see that there's something in you, Janice. Like, you have what it takes to succeed. And very few people hear those the sorts of words. Like, that letter helped me out when I read it. It was just so powerful.
Oh, thank you so much. And I think that's a great thing that her legacy lives on. And I used to work at, like you, we used to both teach at Mount St. Vincent University. And I used to take some of the words from this letter and I would say it to my own students. And they never knew that the message of me telling them to keep aiming high came through me from my elementary French teacher.
Oh, listen, you've impacted so many people. I hear about it all the time. Okay, we have less than a minute. I hope to do the story justice. A lot of people know Richard Scarry. You talked to Richard Scarry's son. He's no longer with us, but Lowly the worm
Yes.
is the lowliest of the characters. Oh, delightful.
Yes, in Busy Town. So Richard Scarry, there's Lowly, my favorite character of all time. When I was a little girl, my late father, Baz Landry, used to read me Richard Scarry's books. And Richard Scarry has sold over 100 million copies of his children's books. And his son, his only child, Huck Scarry, did an interview with me from Gstaad, Switzerland. And it was just probably one of the biggest interviews. It's a huge interview to get this family talking about the backstory of how Richard Scarry created his characters. And he wrote them for children and adults. And why did I include Richard Scarry in every little thing? The reason I did is because he chose the lowliest characters. There's Goldbug, the little tiny insect. All the little things meant a lot to him, and he used all of these little characters to send out big messages to both children and adults. And so this was my way of thanking Richard Scarry. He was the first author that really did a lot for me as a professional storyteller, and it was my late father who read me these stories every night. So if you like bedtime stories, I'm hoping this is bringing back nostalgia for people listening to this interview, because it's so important to read to children as well.
Well, Janice, we're out of time, but this book is beautiful. I'm enjoying it very, very much. I know this would be a great gift for Mother's Day.
Yes, I'm going to be at Chapters Halifax and Bears Lake Saturday.
Beautiful. You can meet the lovely Janice Landry in person, but this book is a delight, and really so many great stories told so well. And yeah, it's a quick read too, but I'm going to pick it up again and again. Thank you, Janice, so much for coming in.
Thank you. I have copies for all of the hosts today. So thank you.
Yay! All right, we'll take a break, and you can find out more information. We put the information about this book on our website.